The U.S. Navy's aircraft carriers and forward-deployed air wings are some of the most technologically advanced and expensive assets in the world, with individual jets costing hundreds of millions of dollars each. Despite their sophistication, these aircraft are not invulnerable. In fact, some of the Navy's most critical fighter jets, including the F-35C Lightning II and F-18E FAVE Super Hornet, are routinely exposed to extreme weather conditions at sea, conditions that can severely test their durability and operational limits. Recently, high-profile reports have revealed that the Navy has been flying, maintaining, and staging these billion-dollar jets in conditions far beyond what most land-based aircraft ever encounter. From hurricane force winds to towering swells that toss carriers like toy ships, aircraft carriers are unique platforms. Unlike land bases, they move constantly, often in the path of storms and severe weather systems. Pilots and crew must contend with violent wind gusts, torrential rain, and unpredictable ocean swells that affect both takeoffs and landings. Carrier-based jets, while engineered for toughness, are extremely sensitive to these conditions. Saltwater corrosion, shifting temperatures, and mechanical stress from arrested landings and catapult launches all combine to create a high-risk environment. Every sortie flown in these conditions carries a small but measurable risk of catastrophic damage, making every decision by flight crews and deck officers a balance between operational necessity and the preservation of multi-million-dollar aircraft. The stakes are even higher during extreme storms. When a hurricane or tropical storm approaches, carriers must navigate complex trade-offs. Remaining at sea allows the ship to maneuver and avoid the storm's deadliest conditions, but it also exposes aircraft on the flight deck to violent winds and waves. Some aircraft must be stored in hangars, secured with tie-downs and chocks. Yet even this does not fully eliminate risk. Heavy rain and high winds can damage airframes, electronics and sensitive sensors, and saltwater intrusion can corrode critical components within hours if maintenance crews cannot keep up. The result is that the Navy is routinely risking its most valuable air assets just to maintain readiness and presence in strategic areas. Weather is not the only danger during extreme storms. Flight operations themselves become perilous. Arrested landings on a moving pitching deck can stress landing gear, airframes, and arresting cables. Catapult launches, designed to accelerate a fully loaded jet to takeoff speed in a matter of seconds, must compensate for deck movement, wind direction, and sea state. Even a minor miscalculation in speed or angle can cause damage that may not be immediately obvious, potentially grounding an aircraft for months of repairs. When multiple jets are being launched and recovered in rapid succession, the cumulative stress on the fleet becomes staggering. Despite the risks, the Navy continues to operate in these conditions because strategic imperatives demand it. Carrier strike groups often deploy to volatile regions, from the Persian Gulf to the South China Sea, where adversaries are watching and global tensions can flare at any moment. Maintaining an active air presence, showing that jets are ready to launch within minutes, is a core component of U.S. naval power projection. Commanders weigh the financial cost and operational risk of exposing billion-dollar jets to storms against the political and strategic consequences of standing down. And they often choose to keep aircraft ready and on deck. This decision underscores the extraordinary pressures faced by naval aviation crews, who must operate cutting-edge technology under conditions that would be inconceivable for most land-based air forces. There are also human factors to consider. Deck crews, maintenance personnel, and pilots are working long hours in dangerous conditions. Operating on a wet rolling deck during 60-knot winds is physically exhausting and mentally taxing, increasing the potential for mistakes. The Navy mitigates these risks with rigorous training, detailed weather monitoring, and redundant safety procedures. But no system is foolproof. Every mission flown in extreme weather is a calculated risk, and historical incidents have shown that even highly trained crews can suffer accidents when nature tests the limits of engineering and human endurance. The Navy's commitment to pushing its aircraft and carriers through these extreme conditions reflects the dual nature of maritime power. On one hand, it demonstrates operational readiness and resilience, showing adversaries that the U.S. can operate anywhere, anytime. On the other hand, it highlights the sheer vulnerability of even the most advanced technology to natural forces, reminding military planners that no matter how expensive or sophisticated aircraft are still subject to physics and the unpredictable power of the ocean. Each deployment through storms, hurricanes, and monsoon conditions is a testament to both the skill of Navy personnel and the courage required to maintain superiority at sea. In conclusion, the Navy's billion-dollar jets operating in extreme storm conditions illustrate a high-stakes balancing act between risk, readiness, and deterrence. These aircraft are engineered marvels, but they are also vulnerable to nature's fury. The U.S. Navy's willingness to put them in harm's way underscores the importance of maintaining strategic presence, projecting power globally, and ensuring that naval forces can respond to crises regardless of environmental conditions. For pilots and deck crews, every storm represents not only a physical challenge, but a test of skill, endurance, and the Navy's ability to sustain its unmatched air power in some of the harshest conditions on Earth.